Hello, 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 everybody. This is Double RPG here of the Geek Fighters, and welcome back to our Road to E3 2018 live stream series, where we are going to be tackling Nintendo next. But before we do all of that, let's introduce everybody first. We have my co-host and the creator of the Geek Fighters, which is Fighter Cows.
Hello.
And of course, our special guest once again is the one and only Visible Ninja from Hero Club.
Hey, yeah, Nintendo.
Yeah, so
There may or may not be more people joining as we're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, because it seems like one of our missing co-hosts is out of action right at the moment, and
Surprisingly enough, our guests that said they wanted to be on
Aren't here.
yeah,
Yeah.
like.
Yep. And I think
Don't
I know
tell
who
me
you're
you
talking-
think it's just Nintendo. Like,
And hey, LPH, welcome to the stream.
what do you mean just Nintendo?
Yeah, what do you mean just Nintendo? This is no kiddie stuff. I didn't even come here to hear about kiddie stuff. It's like, oh, get out of here.
And I'm not even the Nintendo. Double R is.
I'm the Nintendo fan of the group. Jerry is the Sony fan, whereas Jeff's the Xbox guy. But we can all agree that we're all very prone or very happy when it comes to PC gaming, right? Or am I mistaken?
You cut out for a little.
I said, you're the Sony guy, I'm the Nintendo man,
Yeah.
and Jeff's the Xbox nerd. But I think we can all agree that we're all prone to really like PC gaming, regardless, right?
Yeah, we like.
Okay, so yeah, we really don't need any of those dumb butts just giving us a hard time with saying, "Ooh, Nintendo sucks, Sony sucks, Xbox sucks." It's like, shut up and go crawl into your basement wherever you came from.
Yeah.
But
They're
anyway,
plastic boxes, bro.
or go back underneath Jerry's apartment and smoke rope with all those people that are underneath his apartment out on the streets. Because they're already giving him a hell of a hard time as it is, so... But we don't need them to be there. But, anyway. Before we get started, we actually want to start off with a little bit of a somber note. And we want to pay our...
Yes.
We wish to pay our respects to a very prominent internet/YouTube celebrity who was well renowned within the YouTube scene and very renowned for being amongst the gaming scene for being a commentator and critic, but he left a very powerful impact within, YouTube gamers and just gamers in general. And of course, we are talking about the sad passing and the unfortunate passing of John Peter Bain. Now, if you don't know who he is, then you may be familiar with his internet alias or his YouTube alias, Total Biscuit. Yes, Total Biscuit sadly has passed away yesterday as of May 24th, 2018. The news broke out on Twitter when his wife posted that he has sadly passed on after, falling victim to bowel cancer, which he was diagnosed with back in 2014, which is over 3 to 4 years ago, and it's like, yeah, and he was 33 years old when he passed on too, so he wasn't really
Super young.
Yeah, he wasn't really that old. He was a pretty young pup for his age.
I mean, put it in perspective, we're almost that age, especially ourselves. Like. So that's not old at all.
Yeah, and
that's not even middle aged.
No, that's not middle aged. That's very young adult. Age right
super
there.
young.
Now, Total Biscuit has announced before when he announced that he was diagnosed with bowel cancer that his family, or at least his grandfolks, had a history of having the same sickness that he ended up succumbing to. But for him to die that young, that was very unfortunate. And I guess I should make mention of this, but, I did unexpectedly work with Total Biscuit on a couple of projects, even though we didn't really know each other. But just a little backstory on that, guys. What happened was I was working with K-Wing Reviews, Nightwing01, when he was actually doing Game Nights TV, which was the spiritual successor to the Game Nights audio podcast back in that he and Nick Huggett, aka Swag Show, did in 2009. But then a year later, Luke was able to transform the radio podcast into like this monthly gaming YouTube TV series, or quote unquote internet streaming series about game related just content and stuff. That was kind of in the same vein as I think it was EGM. No, was it EGM or was it Game Pro TV or something like that that did that?
And then I don't know.
Oh, well. But it was kind of similar to one of those things where we were actually doing stuff that we either talked about what we were playing, and then we do some funny stuff, or not funny stuff, but very informative stuff like giving cool tips, or, a help section, and, talking about other things in retrospect and that kind of stuff, as well as answering questions from a mailbag and, ripping apart a game. Just a video game variety show. And it wasn't very long lived. It was actually about 5 episodes in if you count the pilot. After the pilot, then 4 episodes in came in where I was a part of those 4 episodes, and Total Biscuit actually joined us for episode 3 and 4 when we were in the Now Playing segment, which is the beginning portion of the show, which we talk about the big games that came out within the exact month, or within the first 2 months, or the 2 months that we cover for the games that we talk about. And he actually covered Castlevania Lords of Shadow, and he actually used the script that I wrote for the segment, because we were looking for somebody to actually cover that game within that section, and Total Biscuit actually jumped on the scene, and he actually took that part. So unintentionally or unconsciously, he actually did a piece of work that I actually wrote for Game Nights TV, but he was the one who actually provided the voiceover. But the next game that he provided, or the next game he talked about within the next episode, I think it was Death Spank 2 Thongs of Virtue, the indie game that came out on PC.
What a name.
Yeah, he actually did that by himself. So the only thing that he actually did that was unconsciously under me was for Lords of Shadow on PS3, 360, and PC that came out during the time. So, I can say I was, even though we really didn't know each other, I was actually very happily and privileged to work with the guy, just work with a very prominent figure such as John there.
Hello, Jeff.
Hey.
Hey!
Do you have any Total Biscuit condolences you wanted to give, or?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. That late news last night kind of screwed me up. You know what I mean? Sorry about that. Well, as you guys know, I haven't been feeling well this weekend.
Well, I know that because over here, my parents are still sick, and today I only went and did errands, but the weather was so bad, I came back feeling more exhausted than usual.
Yeah.
Ew. That's not cool.
I love having allergies.
This weather's been weird.
Yeah, it's especially great for people like you and me to have bad
allergies. Yeah, allergies are kicking my butt.
Well, mine too. But in regards to John Bang, aka Total Biscuit, I was hoping this day didn't come, but I hate to say it, I think everyone expected, especially the news that we found out 3 weeks ago when he retired from the content he was doing for the last 10 years on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I never wanted this news to come, but yeah, it's like when both you, Kyle, and because I found this news out.
Thank you, PH.
From both you and our good buddy Quakeman over on our Discord.
Mm-hmm.
It really felt like to me a real punch in the stomach, if that makes sense.
Oh God, yes.
Cause even back before, because there was a time I really wanted to get serious, like how I am now on Twitch. There was a time that I wanted to get serious on YouTube when it was still a tolerable platform compared to how it is now, and TV was one of those content creators that inspired me to get into that field. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, very very inspirational figure. I mean, especially when it comes from his content that he worked on, like the WTF is series. It's basically it's him under the impression of giving his own thoughts on the games that he's playing, but he doesn't say you should or should not buy this. He allows you to be the judge based on the end of what he has experienced. So it's basically one of those things where, if it's something that tickles your fancy, go ahead and pick it up. But if not, then just stay away. So he was more the indifferent guy while still giving his opinions about games that came out.
I was gonna say, unbiased, yeah.
I like that not only he was unbiased, but he also said if the game was actually a good port or a really trash port, which sadly still to this day, even when he was still with us and still doing the content he loved, he was known for and loved for. Even though still to this day we still get crap ports for PC because,
Oh God, yes.
These AAA publishers only care about one thing, that's consoling matters, which we all know that's complete crap, you know what I mean? But that said, he's gonna be really missed, and it sucks. It really does. That's my 2 cents on it. Basically, if you want to see what I did, you can check out on Twitter what I posted on my personal last night before I went to bed. So, Twitter.com/16bit-chef. Basically, what I typed there is basically how I felt.
Metal, did you have any condolences that you want to give to Total Biscuit?
Just general condolences. It's always when somebody who really wasn't that old dies to cancer. So, and especially somebody who had such a large impact in, I guess you could say, the online kind of opinion and reviewer community. So, it's always unfortunate. So yeah.
Yeah, and he was, not only was he a big figure, even a well-respected one, but he also did garner some controversy from time to time. Like the whole, what was it, the Gamergate controversy that came around during that time period where he was like pro-gamer or whatnot.
Yeah, but still at the same time, people need to respect that, oh my God, there's actual opinions that people have. They're different. Like, I understand why people were disappointed, but that's his as I like to say, his prerogative. He has the right to.
Oh, of course he does. He's just only expressing what he feels is right, basically.
Exactly, yeah. Because I hate to break it to you, some people thought that Gamergate, for the most part, was pro-consumer, and as we all knew, TB was a guy pro bono for pro-consumer activities in the community. So you know what I mean?
As for me, I wanted to give my special condolences to his family because they must be. I mean, I know that I even thought this to myself. Like, I know that it was like 4 years ago I was diagnosed with it, but it still can't be any easier. Like,
oh no.
So my heart goes out to them.
And especially when you thought he already had that covered for 3 years, but then all of a sudden just comes back out of nowhere and starts to infest his liver and do damage to his spine. Yeah, that's no joke. But I mean, we won't delve into this any longer. But we just want to take a few minutes to pay our respects to quite a great eccentric figure who has kept us not only informed, but very well entertained with the content that he worked on, whether it be the Game Station podcast when it was called the Game Station, or even the Co-optional podcast, as well as his WTF series and his weekend news that he did for, on his channel, covering all news-related segments in gaming. But, John, may you rest in peace, good buddy. And we know that heaven is definitely a better place right now. And thank you for giving us 10 years of really good entertainment and good information, and just, making a lot of us feel more open-minded as individuals when it comes to, bringing about our own opinions when it comes to gaming from, different sides of the coin and that kind of stuff.
Mm.
So,
God's lighter news. As
Say
we all know, Gunbreaker's happening this weekend.
Oh, they know because I was watching Tekken before we.
Dude, how was it?
Tasty Steve, for the life of him, cannot say Mephistopheles. Double R and Metal know what I was talking about, right?
Yep.
What he kept saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, since now that's done with that, on with the show. And since you popped on, Jeff, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, buddy?
I'm 16-bit Jeff. I am obviously one of the members of the Geek Fighters. Unlike Kyle, I'm not the biggest fan of Nintendo, but I'm looking forward to what they have to offer, especially what they showcased last year's event, which probably enough to get a Switch earlier in the year. Or granted, I have to get a new one because of the original model I had broke on me fixed on games. Besides that, I am looking forward to getting up whenever this phone for the following month in July. Either way.
Hi, Zen.
Yes, welcome to the
welcome
stream,
to
Zen.
Howdy.
Hope we're all doing well. We've been feeling kind of sick because of the weather, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, since I have a little cotton mouth since I just got up, be right back, guys. Let me get some drink.
Okay. But before we get started, aside from you feeling sick, as well as Jeff been feeling sick, how have you all been doing this week? Been doing all right? Been playing some
besides
games?
being sick,
Well, I started exercising again.
Oh,
which,
good.
You know,
we all need to do.
for a guy as big as me, isn't
My
I don't feel
knees-
great right now.
Yeah.
For me, I need to lose weight because of my knees.
But I'm the same way to
Probably
House,
should stop.
so.
Probably should stop drinking that Monster, Jerry. Just saying.
But on the plus side, I finally got my new charger for my 3DS, and yeah, I can Nintendo's again.
Yep, and he told me what game. Metal told me what game he was playing when we were first talking. He was playing Smash Brothers on 3DS, and then I had to be all joking and make that this is soap comment video or whatever.
I need to get back into 18-year-old me shape. Well, maybe not that good, but at least close to that. Then I'll be really happy. 18-year-old me was like I told you, a powerlifter basically. So. I showed Double R the proof.
You were basically a force of nature.
I showed Double R the proof, so he knows I'm not lying.
No, yeah, he's not lying.
Like 18-year-old, but that's 10 years ago. If I can even be like close to that, I'll be like set, like just health. Like I don't care about how I look. I'm losing weight for my health.
Oh yeah, so that way you can breathe easier, and that way
Yeah, exactly.
your blood pressure and that kind of stuff, and
The
your
blood
health
pressure,
is not
especially because
that
runs
really
in the
bad.
family. That killed my uncle. Died. Speaking of young deaths, he was only 30. He had a heart attack and died. So I don't want to go out like that.
Not only should you work out, but you also should change your diet to some
Well,
things that are more healthier, like grilled foods, for example, not fried foods.
That's the main thing. Because you, Stone Cold Steve Austin used to always say it. You can't out-train a bad diet.
That's sad but true.
Like, like you could be doing all the, but if you're still eating bad, then forget it.
And all that, but what that you need to do is slowly, but it's a slow but
Exactly.
Yeah, but slow,
I'm
but
just
slow process.
I mean, because that's what I've been doing. I've been eating a little bit better each time and getting changing it steadily. I've already lost a couple pounds.
Speaking of which, Jeff, how are you doing this week, aside from being sick and all?
Besides that, I'm doing good, actually.
Negative Zen said it's the truth. The hardest part is the first month. If you can get past that and stick with it, it gets easier.
Yeah.
That is super true.
You're not that far from the truth there, Zen.
Because 18-year-old me could affirm to that when I was starting to work out back then. I hated the first. I hated it.
I know. But besides me and Jerry being on the road from Victoria this week, sadly, mine's been good. As for those who don't know, Tuesday streams going forward, I sadly can't continue my day 6 Mankind Divided playing exhaustive moments due to the fact of the OS I'm using, which is Windows 10. Thanks a lot, Microsoft. So I am postponing that until I get an Xbox One. Most likely, a used one in August to continue that because I also have that game on digital fix that platform. But
okay.
You gonna get El Gato?
yes, I'm gonna try to either Elgato or equivalent to an Elgato. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. If you get an Elgato, get an Elgato HD60S.
If I'm able to, because remember I'm streaming off of laptop, and I don't know if it could,
Mm-hmm.
But I'll try to get that desktop I'm playing build, which could be next year for all we know. But the games I'm going to be doing for the next couple Tuesdays are Resident Evil 5, 6, and 7. And I might have someone join me for RE5 because, it's mainly a co-op game. So that's starting this Tuesday on my end, same time, 7 p.m.
You're going to play
speaking of which.
You're going to play as Chris Redfield and tell all those jocks how to actually punch a boulder for good.
And speaking of tomorrow, continuation of the DMC Don't Make Cry on our stream over at twitch.tv/GeekFighters.
Yes, and I should be in full attendance for that too.
Oh, good. So yeah, look forward to that at 5 p.m. EST, as well as my stream later that night too, which is I can't believe I forgot which game I'm streaming on Saturdays, but yeah, look forward to my stream continuing on
that game.
Yeah,
just that game.
Whichever game I'm doing on Saturdays at the moment, but that's at 7 p.m. So yeah.
Zen said, "You and me both, man. Hated the first month, and if I didn't have a friend pushing me, I probably would have quit." That is super true.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times I fall off because I have no friend to or working out with me, so it's like, I might as well eat a bacon sandwich.
It's really sad, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what kept happening to me ever since college, after college.
Well, on my end, I haven't really. The only thing gaming related that I did this week was restarting my my game capturing with Vagrant Story because I wasn't too satisfied with what I first captured, so I restarted back where I was. I didn't really get far into it, by the way, but I managed to partially get back to where I was and more satisfied with it now, so I'm at a good spot where I can fully continue on where I left off. But I did play a little bit of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition this week. Also bought Bloodstained Curse of the Moon on the Nintendo Switch eShop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so, and, I was thinking, I'm probably not gonna stream Mario and Luigi this weekend, but, if I decide I want to stream a game, then I was thinking about maybe streaming, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon instead.
Okay.
Since it just came out, but, yeah, I'm needing to try my 8-bit Castlevania fix, even though it's not technically Castlevania, but that game does look really good. And I also picked up a copy of Rayman Legends off of Humble Bundle's spring sale that they had going on.
Yeah.
Even though I got it on PS4 through PSN Plus, where it was the free game for the month of May, but oh well, keep a backup copy on PC, seeing if, whether or not if I go back to PSN Plus after my subscription runs out, but who knows. But
mine's already ran out. We played too much Uncharted so I guess next month it'll be getting it anyways.
But other than that, nothing much. Just been working a whole lot, like usual. Just been real crazy because of Memorial Day weekend coming up. Which is not surprising, because, everybody's going to be out wanting to cook out and all that and get their burgers and steaks.
Oh, yeah.
But, hey, that's a good time for us. But other than that, I think we're ready to go ahead and get started with
Yeah,
with
definitely.
it.
Yeah.
Because since it did take us a little bit to actually, get online, it's time for us to actually get on to the meat and potatoes with what we're actually supposed to be here talking about, and that's, of course, our Road to E3 2018 series. And For this time around, on the chopping block, like we mentioned, it's going to be none other than the big enemy themselves, Nintendo. Now, we all know that when it comes to Nintendo and E3, that they pretty much have been very tight-lipped and just very secretive with a lot of the content that they are waiting to reveal at the event. For example, last year, they kept, very strong wraps on 2 Metroid games, one that's currently in development and one that came out on the 3DS last year. And that was, a very big surprise for all of us. And, there's just a lot of stuff that they like to, surprise us with that we really didn't even know what we were expecting. But this year, this could potentially be the year that someone might have actually, broken news about what Nintendo or what the big N might show at this year's E3. But as with any rumor, whether it be from Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo, or from third parties, when it comes to E3, we all advise you to take this with a grain of salt. Now, there are two two rumors that I found online. One of them was thanks to a talk that I had with Omega Mario, where we just texted each other on Discord, and he showed me a leak, a rumored leak, based on what Nintendo might show at this year's E3 event during their E3 2018 presentation, or whatever it's called. But we'll take a look at that first before we delve into the other rumor.
Right.
Let's go ahead and talk about what they're going to showcase here. Now, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games that are supposedly going to be shown off during the Nintendo E3 2018 presentation, but based on this list. But like we said, it could be fake, but it could be not. But we'll just go ahead and we'll talk about what they're actually going to show. Now, of course, they would start off with an intro trailer, and they have gameplay clips from the intro trailer based on third-party games, and like last year when they did the whole E3 spotlight. Of course, we got the confirmation that Rocket League was going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch, and I think that was the big third-party game at the time that was announced for the system. But here are the games that they're supposedly going to be showing based on that intro trailer. One of them is Dragon Ball FighterZ, FIFA 2019, NBA 2K19, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, which is, obviously a given, as well as Octopath Traveler, since that is also about to release, as well as Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus.
Hell yeah.
So, based on those third-party games alone, what do you guys think, just based on that?
For an upper, it's good.
One of those games, if it's true.
And you have, like what you said about last year, Rocket League, the supposed announcement of Dragon Ball FighterZ, which, let's be blunt, Namco has said that it might be coming to the platform since it's before its launch early.
And people have been clamoring for that.
Yeah. And, I think it's, when they have it on there, I'm thinking that notion is actually becoming more and more true to this very day because of, look at how well the sales of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 have been doing on the Nintendo Switch, from a worldwide standpoint, of course.
No doubt, but if
Switch fans or Dragon Ball fans.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if this port does well, if the hardware and architect of the Switch makes it possible, because let's be blunt, like all of us know it's based off already existing hardware, courtesy of NVIDIA with both the checker chip and the Shield technology that's utilizing for the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's possible, there are 2 games I'd like to see released for the Switch later down the road, either later this year or next year. And that's both Tekken 7 and Soul Calibur 6.
Yes.
Because Nintendo needs to show more of the fighters than just the fake fighter that is a game that we're going to get into after our discussions.
Need I go get a bar of soap, Jeff?
Yeah, as Dell the Funky
LPH said go ahead.
Wash your ass if you must.
LPH said, and fighters kill it already did.
Yeah, it did kill Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. You're not wrong, LPH.
Dude, not only that, but I think the upcoming release of Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle also killed Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Which is something, because that game started off at first with a lot of bad Like,
Bad PR,
Yeah,
here's
bad
the
rap.
thing. But
Yeah.
here's the thing: the PR actually apologized and explained what actually happened.
yeah,
Capcom.
they
Oh,
actually
yeah.
tried to fix it, and they did.
He's like, no, here's what really happened. We screwed up because we're bad at English PR, but we're fixing it. See, we have an American branch.
Yeah, but Capcom was like, no. See, if you don't like this, you don't even remember the X-Men. Shut up. Like really? You just tell us we don't
No,
remember the
You
X-Men?
don't remember the X-Men? What's Fantastic
See,
Four?
Dr. Doom was just a feature.
What did Jeff say?
Dr. Doom was just a feature.
Oh yeah, function. Yeah,
Function, yeah.
yeah. They called it function versus function.
Oh, God.
Oh, God damn it.
I see what's next on this list, Double R. You might as well.
But first, Metal, what do you think about these potential
that's right.
third-party games that are on there?
Yeah,
No,
because
no,
I'm
you
here
can play
too. Because this isn't my show, that's why. But
Yeah.
anyways, fighters, not terribly surprising. I mean, if they can bring Xenoverse 2 over, why not?
Mm-hmm.
And like you guys said, hopefully we'll see like Tekken 7, as well as others on it later on, since the Switch is kind of proving itself that, yeah, it can run, the big games too, even if you do have to maybe crank the graphic fidelity down a bit, but still, like, Doom and the first Wolfenstein are coming, and then, yeah, the second one, is kind of a no-brainer. So,
Okay.
yeah, again, they won't look the greatest, but you know what? It's great.
You know what? For the most part, since you brought up both Doom and Wolfenstein 2, for what they are for a platform like Switch, they actually look not on par, obviously, as the Xbox.
Well, no,
Of course.
I think they said
but they
they're
look good
basically,
enough, which surprises me.
yeah, like in PC terms, they're running on medium, I think, whereas
Yeah, it's like
the
like
home
a
console
highest
versions
setting
are,
around that frame. Yeah.
yeah, whereas the home console like just the vanilla home console versions are like running on high to very high.
At best, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So
LPH
still,
said,
yeah.
and yet Deadpool 2 was number one,
Mhm.
right? People don't remember the X-Men.
Yeah, clearly they
Capcom.
don't. X-Men.
But go ahead.
But anyway, before we talk about each, instead of talking about each game individually, I'm just going to run off the list here, so that way we don't waste a whole lot of time.
that's it.
That sounds better.
Yeah,
It's
so
much better.
and then we'll but for third parties alone, based on the Nintendo Switch, I thought we could just cover that its own before we talk about the ones that are the main ones, but all together. But anyway, here's the games and what's supposedly going to be shown off. Of course, that game that Jeff was hinting at was, of course, Super Smash Bros. For Switch, which is definitely going to be Nintendo's big game for this year. And the next game is actually a very surprising one. It's actually coming from Next Level Games, and it says that they might be working on a brand new Punch-Out game called Punch-Out Become the Champion. And Metroid Prime 4 is the next game, but they obviously have given it a nickname based on this rumored leak, and the fourth game is called Metroid Prime Renegade, and it looks like that Bandai Namco is indeed working on this game, the fourth Metroid Prime game. They have a new trailer and software demo for Splatoon 2, the Octo expansion that's coming out soon.
Okay.
That's also being showcased.
Yeah.
Now, we all also heard that Intelligent System is actually working on a new installment of Waifu War. I mean, Fire Emblem, their own IP, Fire Emblem, and it looks like they may actually have the name of their own game that they're working on, that Fire Emblem game on the Switch, and it's being dubbed "quote unquote" Fire Emblem Memories. And when going back to Nintendo's relationship with Bethesda Softworks, it looks like that Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, is not the last that we're going to see Bethesda on the Nintendo Switch, because based on this rumor, it looks like Fallout 3 is actually coming on the Nintendo Switch in the form of a complete edition called Fallout 3 Anniversary.
I got more to say about that.
Now, the next game, the Yoshi game that is being worked on by Goodfeel, we may actually have a name for it because of how the game's aesthetic is more that of like a flip book. They might actually dub this new game Yoshi's Flipping Island. It sounds like a very passive type of title, if you ask me, or a passive-aggressive title.
Yeah, exactly. LPH said cool.
All right, and the next game is from Game Freak and Creatures Incorporated, their Pokemon game, or hopefully this is one of the Pokemon games that they're working on, but I don't think it is the...
I hope it's not the main one.
Yeah, the main 8th gen game, but it's one that they're, a side project they're working on for the Switch. They call it Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. So
I've heard rumors, again, about about being based off of Go.
And I think we'll get more into that when we talk about the entire list, but I think me and Jerry have a lot to say about these so-called
leaks.
Pokemon games.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're not very positive on
I'd
that.
say that's a good prediction, Jeff.
Now, this one, the next one, you guys may want to take a huge grain of salt with this, because looks like they said here that Platinum Games definitely has another game that they're working on for the Nintendo Switch aside from Bayonetta 3, and this is going to hurt a lot of F-Zero fans in the fields, because it looks like their next game they're actually working on is a brand new F-Zero game called F-Zero SX.
Okay.
I've been hoping for a new
F-Zero,
but
yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it'd be negative because there's something that's at the end that we need to really talk about.
Zan, aren't you a Platinum fan? Go ahead and say what you want in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll definitely bring my 2 cents on that as well. But next game, looks Epic Games possibly are bringing Fortnite to the Nintendo Switch.
That one seems like a gimme. Yeah, that's like
it's not because if it can run perfectly fine on mobile.
Exactly. So that one seems to be.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the game, but when we get more,
popular and it runs. Yeah.
And it's turning up on every system now, so it wouldn't.
Might as well be a Switch version.
Just like I see Fortnite more likely than say them doing a Switch version of PUBG
or sadly Overwatch.
Yeah.
Oh, LPH brought up something about that Pokemon one we mentioned. He just said Gen 1.
Could it be a Gen 1 remake? Like an HD remake?
I don't know about a remake, but
well, based on some rumors saying that it might be
one coming.
No, they're saying that this might be a remake of Yellow, but with you being able to choose to use either Pikachu or Eevee,
basically.
Yeah.
Now that's very interesting. But before we talk about into that, there's one more game that they are rumored to show off. Now, of course, we heard that Retro Studios is also working on a game for the Nintendo Switch. And it wasn't just Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze that released on the Nintendo Switch not too long ago, but they're actually working on an original game for the Nintendo Switch. And based on this rumor, it looks like that they might be trailing into the territory of Star Fox. Now, the thing about this is that it's not being considered a traditional Star Fox game, but more of a spin-off, which we have not really seen that much within the Star Fox IP, in terms of the games that they worked on, because the only spin-off that we know existed was Star Fox Guard, which was a pack-in with Star Fox Zero that came out on the Wii U a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And it's actually a racing game which they call Star Fox Lilat System or Lilat Racing or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Which, based on that alone, it's a very interesting idea, but it kind of makes you wonder how they're going to pull it off. But we'll save our thoughts about that when we each talk about all of this in general. So who wants to deliver their thoughts on this rumored list first?
Well, the question is who wants to go first, because I think we have a lot to say individually.
Oh, yeah, we do have a lot to say, but still.
You want to go first, Jared?
About
this list.
Oh, yeah, okay, fine.
Oh, by the way, hey, Vic, welcome to the stream.
Hi, Vic.
Hey, welcome, Vic.
Howdy.
I'm glad we got more. The only person that's missing of our usuals is Star Child.
Star Child.
And Bad Gamer.
And Bad Gamer.
Which I'm surprised he didn't join the chat.
I figured
we had room
but
for him, but
anyway,
until Jeff joined up.
Anyway, Jerry, go ahead and deliver your thoughts on this list.
All right, so if this is true, which seems, I can't really poke too many holes in this, honestly. And if it's true, except for the Dragon Ball Fighters, because there's only been fan demand. I haven't heard any rumblings internally about it. I've only heard fan demand about it.
That's I'm sure, yeah.
But if they are listening to fan demand, it seems like a no-brainer then. FIFA, NBA, we know the sports games. You need sports games to get them people in, man.
Mm-hmm.
We may not be interested in them, but you need them. Crash Bandicoot seems like a gimme. Octopath we already knew about. Wolfenstein we already knew about.
Mm-hmm.
Smash Brothers for the Switch, I do believe it is a new game. I've said this before. I do believe it is not a remake of the Wii U one, even though it is still Bandai Namco helping develop. Is it helping develop or totally developing?
Totally developing.
Okay, so I think I don't know. See, just because it's not a new engine, I don't think they'll be using a brand new engine. But I do think this is a sequel and not just a port.
You're like me, and you know they're gonna obviously use assets from the last.
Yeah,
game.
exactly. Exactly. Reusing assets
doesn't.
doesn't mean it's not a new game. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to look at any Capcom fighter that came out in the late '90s, early 2000s.
Exactly, man.
You know, Vic made a funny point. He said he'll laugh if Goku is in it.
Yo,
Oh,
that's the rumor too.
No,
When you see the trailer, you're gonna the first thing you say, "Oh, ora Goku."
Hey Jerry, just to quote something you said when we were talking about Sony last year, wait until they get to me.
Oh yeah.
Because I have a lot to say about this list. Mostly negative, but somewhat positive too, just to bring it out. You know what I mean?
I will say though, if it is Goku, I want it to be Kid Goku. So that makes more sense. If it has to be.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
they already
if it has to.
But they already have a Super Smash Brothers style game that's done for Shonen Jump characters. They call it Jump Superstars or Jump Ultimate Stars on the DS.
That one, and it's old. It was a good game. There was also Battle Stadium DON that was very much Smash.
Mm-hmm.
That was Japan only. That was for the GameCube.
Because a lot of the rights issues with these individual games, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Battle Stadium DON shit. Because One Piece at that time, I think was 4 kids and not Funimation yet.
Yo! Monkey D.
DON, if
Luffy!
you know, stands for Dragon Ball, One Piece, Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Smash, I think it's gonna be a new game. Just because they use assets doesn't mean it's not gonna be. It's gonna look a little prettier. Splatoon people are gonna be in it. Punch Out, Become the Champion. 50-50 on it. I this one totally makes sense to happen, but at the same time, I feel like it's one of those things where like Nintendo care about making a new Punch Out at this point. I'm like, hey, if they do, great. If not, then oh well. That's all I gotta say about Metroid Prime, though. Renegade now. So we're not going for a number, but before it was called 4, so it's still a sequel. They just like to use subtitles. That's nothing new, especially for Metroid games, because Fusion was actually part 4, but it was just called Metroid Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And Metroid 3 was actually just called Super Metroid's that's its shtick. They don't like to use numbers.
Yeah, they actually let's use subtitles. And speaking of subtitles, when I get to my thoughts, I'd like to bring up something due to the subtitle alone. And
LPH also brought they should have a better WWE game. They should. I mean, the Switch WWE game that they did come out sucked.
Yeah. It sucked.
And LPH knows what I'm talking about. Docked
2018.
Docked on the Switch. You know, when it has more power.
Yeah.
10 to 12 frames a second.
What?
Undocked 1 to 2 frames a second.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was literally unplayable.
2K's
WWE.
worst outing on the Switch, and possibly the worst third-party game on the Switch, period. By far.
Yeah.
Damn.
They did not even try.
No, they did not.
So Metroid, the subtitle makes me go, this might actually be real. Or it could, again, if it's a leak, it's somebody who knows their Metroid history.
Yeah, exactly.
Fire Emblem Memories does sound real to me. Fire Emblem is the waifu thing. Everybody loves their waifu.
No, that would have caused the last game being called, Fates.
And I prefer Senran Kagura.
You're not the only one.
It's their own. Fallout 3 Anniversary.
But we are getting Shinobi Replay coming out to the West soon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Fallout 3 Anniversary actually lines up what I have planned in my when I host next week for the third parties, because that was actually one of the things I have heard about. That sounds like it's very real because I've already heard rumors about this weeks ago. This Fallout 3 for Switch.
Yeah, I think you
So-
and I can say it best.
Yeah.
At least stop Fallout 4, right?
Yeah, that's true. Somebody LPH said, "What if Crash was in Smash?"
I wouldn't mind.
That would be a better fit.
That would be. I mean, hey, especially if Crash is on coming out, like it said in the trailer at the beginning, Insane Trilogy. Why not put it in Smash?
Be good
Why
cross
not?
promotion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yoshi's Flippin' Island changed the flippin' title.
You literally took the words right out of my mouth, Jer.
So, but that sounds like Yoshi always has a gimmick thing with arts and crafts. And
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
book might as well be just change it. Pokemon Let's Go! Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go! Eevee. Possible, LPH was bringing up possible Gen 1 remake. But it's one is Pikachu, one is Eevee. I prefer Eevee because he can transform. Especially if he has his Gen 7 motions too. With the Gen 7 where he turned into, was it Glaceon? And that's the ice one, right?
Yeah.
That was Gen 4, actually. Glaceon
Yeah, I know.
and Leafeon.
So, and then Gen 7 added Fairy one.
Sylveon.
So, if you can do all that, I can make him a fatty. You fatty. That's from the Replacements. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes. Years and
I'm
years.
bloody Welsh. He said that. In case people mistake it. What are you trying to say? Like, no, I'm quoting a movie. Yeah, dude. It's quoting a movie. F-Zero, I want F-Zero. So Pokemon one, I'm kind of into. I find it weird. I don't think it'll be Gen 8 officially then, if this comes out first. It might still be Gen 7. I think it'll have Gen 7 Pokemon and Gen 7 evolutions. I don't think it'll be Gen 8 if this comes out first. I think it'll mark the sign of Gen 8.
You make a good point.
It could just because it's on the Switch doesn't mean it's Gen 8.
Right.
Very well be still, especially if it's a remake. You definitely don't need to add new stuff
No.
to the remake. New Gen 8 stuff. That just makes it confusing. F-Zero SX. Platinum Games. We know Platinum Games can do good if they're not stretched too. However, Transformers game was the closest thing to Cars did, right? To racing.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a racing game. That just had cars in it.
Right.
So I don't know how they're gonna approach this. I hope it looks cool. Hideki, I block everybody. Kamiya,
Yep.
I'm coming to see about you, Hideki. If you messed this up. You think I'm playing? All of a sudden, I get this clipped and gets sent to the cops. Like he's threatening Hideki. Banned again.
Yeah.
Like a certain other word that people can't say on Twitter or on Twitch that'll actually get them banned for good. If you've read about that, it starts with the letter R.
LPH said that sounds like a Pokemon TV show.
It does.
Yeah. It does. Title, yes.
Gen 2, Gen 3
it's
era of that.
definitely like a spit. It doesn't. I don't think it's, even if this comes out first. I'm not gonna. I don't think Gen 8. Still have Gen 7 mechanic. F-Zero. I hope they got to put out a good trailer. That teaser it says teaser trailer. That teaser trailer better be hype. You know how many people have been waiting for F-Zero? I'm not even one of the crazies, and even I'm like, yo.
For like nearly
not even,
15 years being deprived of an F-Zero game.
15 damn.
Fortnite just makes sense to come out for a Switch, so I don't doubt that.
It does.
And Star Fox Lilac said, "Oh, this one. Remember a couple E3s ago where I said all I wanted was Star Fox, and then they showed the Star Fox trailer, and then it turned out to be
Star Fox Zero, the gimmick game.
turned out to be a big disappointment.
D to Remember was also developed by Platinum, which I'll get to in a bit.
Yeah, and F-Zero's they're playing. Yeah. That's my angry gibberish. Star Fox.
He's saving it for me because I'm usually the angrier one in here. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Fox Lilacs is better. Retro Studios is. Please, I've been wanting a good Star Fox forever, and then finally Zero came out. It was just disappointing.
Trash.
Yeah. So that's me running down that list.
All right, Jeff, you want to go next?
You mind if I go next, Kyle?
Go
By
ahead.
the way, before you do, Vic said about Fortnite
Yeah.
that Epic Games will be stupid not to.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
makes sense.
what you kind of got off, Jer.
Oh no, I was just Vic was agreeing with me about.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
For me, this list, it's really 50-50. Some good, some that maybe go, nicely racing, disappointed. First off, Dragon Ball Fighter Z confirmation for Switch. Not only a smart move on Namco's end, especially with how well their games have been doing. Granted, even though so far it's only been Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. If Fighter Z does well and we see this influx of big sales in regards to fighters, not only with this upcoming release, but also the upcoming release of BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle that same month in June, I really hope Namco, if it's possible, like I stated, has both Tekken 7 as well as the upcoming SoCal 6 released for the platform. Again, if it's able to run on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more fighters on the platform, the better it is for the overall community.
I was just gonna say that, Jeff. This is what the Wii U, what I wanted for the Wii U, fighters to be.
Or that, both the Wii U and the Wii. Like, don't get me wrong, the Wii had good fighters, but it was very, very
Limited.
small.
Very limited.
Like small pickings, you know what I mean?
This is what I wanted from a Nintendo since the Wii. Like, finally,
I would say
fighters.
since the GameCube.
Well, GameCube had a couple.
Super
Like,
Nintendo, basically.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
GameCube had some fighters.
It had a healthier lineup compared to say the Wii and Wii U.
I mean, Super Nintendo had a
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
bunch of Street Fighter 2.
Speaking of fighters, let's get to right to the fake fighter itself, i.e., Smash Fighter. Or no, I'm sorry, not Street Fighter 5. We're talking about the actual faker, Super Smash Bros.
This
And
is
yes, we not only that, but we need to acknowledge that your creator, your base god, Sakurai, has said throughout the decades that this ain't a fighter, it's a party game.
Exactly.
Funny thing
Sakurai
is
himself.
that when that video went viral and then when Kotaku actually was on the same boat as the video, you saw that Hangry Box or Hangry Box or Hungry Box, whatever his name is, got real salty about it.
You mean the Smash equivalent to Chris G? Of course.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that. Don't.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
got really salty and really pissy about that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it's not the Smash players, but it's a good chunk of the fighting game community. You guys don't know proper hygiene. It feels like just me and Jerry only know that, and it's kind of sad. But
As Tucker said in Red vs. Blue, some part of you stinks, and you need to take a bath. Soap at your friend, Stinky.
no, that, but as we mentioned earlier with Delta, Homo sapien, the funky Homo sapien, it's a must. That is all. Super Smash Bros. For Switch. I'm with you guys. I think it's a new game, and I think they're using assets from both the 3DS and Wii U version that came out a couple years ago to create this new game. Because as we stated before, new game does not equate to a new engine nor new assets. It can be utilizing the same engine and same assets. Look at Capcom. Look at Namco in the 90s and 2000s. Especially Capcom. And still to this day, for some of their fighters, Arc System.
Well, Vic, RVB is in your name.
Yeah.
Sure.
Of course, you'd understand the Red versus.
Smash Bros. Like, I believe majority of this list. This one I don't, because here's the reason why. Not because of the developer, but because the additional leak that we got with the characters that's supposedly coming to the game, like Simon Belmont, and once again, Ridley. I need to ask you guys, why? Why do you guys get hyped for such a trash game that you have to make crap up each and every year? We get news of new installments. Like, I sure as heck don't believe that Silent Belmont's coming to the game, because let's be blunt, it's Konami. Have you seen Konami these last couple of years? And really, if Sakurai says he's unable to play because of the size and not only the Wii U variants, but I think it was the same thing that came up in Brawl. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle. Because Ridley has been one that has been requested, and Sakurai has been saying consistently that they can't because due to the limit of his size, right?
Yeah.
If he's been saying after the last 2 installments, what the hell do you think he would change his mind on the upcoming installment? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying this isn't fake, because we all know the game's coming out. We all know that it's being developed by Bamco to an extent. But the additional leaks that we heard earlier in the week, not this list, but the additional, I think it's complete crap. Just want to bring it out there. Okay. And again, I could really care less about Smash. But going on to Punch-Out, which, let's be blunt, should be really called Punch-Out 2, becoming the champion, instead of Punch-Out becoming the champion. I'm not surprised if this is true, because Next Level Games were the guys that revived it during the Wii era.
Mm-hmm.
With the 2009 release, right?
Yes, it was 2009.
Right. So I'm not surprised that they're going back and we're going to see both a trailer and software demo, because that's actually good, because that means it's coming out this year. And I hope it's a good game. Metroid Prime Renegades. I'm glad that they might have taken the 4 off. Not because people should know it's a sequel. It's more the fact that I'm more intrigued in the subtitle of True, and that is Renegade, because what do you guys think of this being the sequel to Metroid Fusion?
Ooh.
Just by the subtitle alone, because
that.
But also, after the end of Fusion,
Samus went renegade after destroying the BSL research facility. Yes, if that's the case, then I would definitely be intrigued in that.
Mm-hmm. And to see both trailer and sadly gameplay footage of the game. At least we're going to see gameplay footage, at least, which is nice, but I'd like to see an actual demo. But besides that, Bamco is a very competent developer. I think they can knock it out of the park. Personally, I would like to see Team Ninja had a crack at it once more, but hey, I have complete faith in Bamco. Splatoon 2, Octo expansion. Trailer, I understand. A demo, I don't, because this is just DLC. Why do you need to show more compared to what you already showed a couple months ago? You know what I mean?
Right. Like, I'm not hating the game, I'm not hating the expansion.
Yeah,
it's just... the stuff feels like nothing but filler.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly for new mechanics in the game.
That's what I'm hoping for, at least, because if it's the same footage, then it's just nothing but unnecessary.
Yeah, because you're right, though. Because if it's for real. Like, I'm hoping it's for new mechanics, but yeah, if it's not, then there's no reason.
With the new installment of Fire Emblem from an intelligent system, Memories, I can see that being realistic, because the last game was called Fates, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it does fall in the line of the last couple of installments having those specific subtitles for their respective installments. I hope they go a little bit more ambitious with this upcoming installment. You know what I mean? Make it more of a strategy RPG. Take a couple influences from Western IP. But I'm intrigued to see what comes out of it. You know what I mean? Especially if there is actual gameplay footage of it being shown.
Hopefully it would be much more well written, like Awakening or Shadows of Valentia, because I don't consider Fates as well written. It's bad, bad translation.
That's the worst kind of anime, trash anime.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of modern Japanese animation, but besides that, Fallout 3 Anniversary. I believe it to be true.
Yeah, I've heard rumors, like I told you.
Because it's not listed for Switch, but as we get into next week, it was also available, I think, for Xbox, PS4, and PC, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's why I believe that one when I was preparing for.
I'm glad it's Fallout 3 compared to Fallout 4, because everyone knows, as well as Jerry has a test. I have immense disdain for Fallout 4.
At least Fallout 3 is still an RPG.
Exactly. Not that, but a competent installment in a Fallout game, specifically one that reintroduced, pop culture to the franchise. Because let's be blunt.
Yeah.
Granted, the game was released 10 years ago, but it was an additional 10 years because the last installment, Fallout 2, was released in
1998. Yeah.
So it was a good, refresh for the franchise that was desperately needed to bring back into people's minds about what the franchise is. And I think this is a great step forward for the franchise more. And it gives me hope that if they're marketing Fallout 3 anniversary for the consoles compared to Fallout 4, that they're kind of going back to the style of 3 compared to 4 for Fallout 5 in the near future, which I'm hoping.
I hope so, yeah.
Oh, that game.
Zarek Sahakaran said it perfectly. Like, Fallout 4 and Skyrim aren't RPGs. They're good.
Sandbox games.
They're good sandboxes. Yep.
But the only thing I'll say about Fallout 4 before we continue that's good is the shooting mechanics. But that's it. No joke. Yoshi's flipping island, I can see that because, like you said, Kyle, it does fit with the nature of how they cater to the name of what gimmick is being used, like whether for tone or style. You know what I mean? So it does make sense if they're using the flipping word if it is the style of a flip book.
Yeah.
And also, this fits Nintendo of America's cringe humor too. So
change the title.
Right? No, what we're saying is like you agree with us that it fits, but at the same time, it's not good.
Change that title, Nintendo.
Not good. Speaking of not good, Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee editions. Okay, first off, Gen 1 Kenzo again, really? Really?
Yeah, right? Wait.
Yeah.
No. Wait.
Not even Johto? Not even the other region?
Oh, right. Johto's always given the shaft.
Yeah, or even Gen 3's our region. Not those?
Oh, Hoenn, yeah.
But no, we have to go back to Kento. You know what my biggest problem is? I could care less if these are, Gen 7 remakes of a really overrated generation that a lot of people looking back really don't like. My biggest issue is that basically, if this is true, then Game Freak lies to us. Why do I say this? Because last year, around this time when it was announced, they said a new core Pokemon RPG experience.
Yep.
Keyword new.
Mm-hmm.
And new equipment.
New
generation.
region, yeah.
This is a rehash. And don't get me wrong, I like the franchise for what it is. But going into the rumors, I despise of what I'm hearing about these so far. Like, of all things, why would you take components from freaking Pokemon Go? Like, they work because it's a mobile platform. It wouldn't
exactly.
It doesn't work for that type.
Old console.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
And all that, but like, we don't know the whole basis because even though they're taking the stupid, capturing gameplay and Go for this installment, I hope that doesn't equate to the fighting because have you guys seen how the fighting works on Go? It is freaking bare bones basic.
Oh God.
I've never even seen a Pokemon Go fight.
You don't want to. It is boring as hell.
Consider yourself lucky, Jerry.
It's like watching an exhibition match of any Smash game. No joke.
That actually sounds more fun, man.
You kind of got a point. But in all seriousness, if they were having to take a point in regards to the combat/fighting mechanics, instead of taking Go as an example, I wish they would take the fight mechanics from Pokken Tournament for this new installment and future installments going forward.
They could modify it to be more RPG like.
Yeah.
I said this off air, but I'll say it again. Final Fantasy 12. Anybody?
Yes, I agree. Not like the whole MMO nature of it. You're just saying fight mechanics, which I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm I'm not happy about that, and even more so, it's just saying it's a trailer. When we heard that this is supposedly coming out this year, unlike the other games are saying trailer, software or gameplay footage. Come on, this game. If any of this is true, this game ain't a 2018 release like we've been believed. If this is true, this is a 2019 release, and that's a real shame if it is. Not on the game itself, but just for the franchise in general, since it is
For real, because people, they figure, like
this is if this is a 20th anniversary release for Yellow, then it's not going to be a 20th anniversary release. It's going to be a 21st anniversary release, though.
Yeah.
Nintendo kind of shot themselves in the foot.
your fans are clamoring for Pokemon Switch. I mean,
Speaking of blowing off their foot, Nintendo, we need to talk.
I'm just imagining you putting your shoulders over the actual Nintendo logo, saying
After seeing the developer for this IP and going later into what we're talking about regards to retro, yeah, I am. F-Zero, it's true. Hype. I'm excited, even just for a teaser. Why the hell does it have to be fucking platinum? Look, I don't hate the developer. I like the developer. I think they're competent guys. I think they're talented guys. But why does every freaking developer and every publisher think the first choice is platinum and only platinum? We haven't seen them do a freaking racer at all. The only small increments of racing was in the aforementioned Transformers game, and that wasn't even good to begin with. It was good for a Transformers game, but
yeah, exactly, but not for
platinum
racing.
experience. It was weak. It was one of the freaking Activision titles.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't trust Platinum after that. Look, the developer is good, but I don't trust them with their quality of work, even with the release of Nier 2, because of how thinly strung out they were around that time frame, and how small of a corporation they are. Because people tend to forget, they think they're a AAA developer. No, they're not. They're
independent.
That consists of 100 employees. If it's Platinum / Nintendo helping, then I'll feel a little bit better. But if it's just Platinum, it's the same way how I feel about Star Fox. And I think that's the reason why, too, I'm not excited, because of what happened with Star Fox Zero. You know what I mean? Which, speaking of which, Fortnite, we all know that's coming. That's inevitable. And I can see it working really well on Switch. That's why I'm making tables. Fortnite, honestly. But I will say I'm intrigued to see gameplay footage of how it runs on the Switch. I'm hoping it's at least a solid 6, especially for a game like that. Star Fox Light system. This is my other issue too. You have a studio already. You have a studio that's been busting their butt off since they created the Metro Prime franchise all the way back in 2001. You don't trust them with F-Zero, but you trust Platinum with F-Zero. See, my biggest problem is, it's the same thing that would happen with Star Fox Zero. Why do they try to be so experimental with the franchise? Like, why can't we just have a basic freaking Star Fox title in the series for once? Like, I want a game that's similar to Star Fox Assault, because that was the right step going forward for the franchise. Not Zero, and sure as hell not this, because from what we heard, this is a freaking racer. Like, I'm not saying the game's gonna be bad. I have faith in Retro, kind of like I do with Platinum with Zero's SX, if it's true. But why another racer, especially for Star Fox? Might I add, that was based off of a freaking a fake humor ending in one of the DS games.
Star Fox Command. The only DS game, Star Fox Command.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. Like, why would they do this when Retro could just make a basic, simple Star Fox game, but one that, the actual fans have been clamoring for years, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Look, again, I'm not saying this game is bad, but what is with Nintendo and giving their IPs to people who don't feel like they fit with said IP, you know what I mean? In regards to, like, either third-party Western or Eastern developers, you know what I mean? But, like, honestly, Star Fox and F-Zero are the only two problems I have. And trust me, Pokemon is, but it's not as bigger as those, because those two are the bigger franchises that gravitate towards me as a long-time Nintendo fan. But excluding those two instances, I honestly think this is it's not as solid as last year, but it's still a solid lineup if true. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's just my 2 cents. Let's go next. Ninja.
Yeah,
Ninja's the one
Ninja's
left.
the next one.
Okay.
Oh, wait, did Double R didn't go yet, did he?
No.
I'm waiting
Yeah,
till
Ninja,
last,
go ahead.
but
Yeah.
Ninja first.
All right, Ninja, if you're still there.
All right, thank you very much, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Glad I get to finally talk. But like I said, it's not my show, so it's
Right.
no. Yeah, God. I guess I'll just run through some of the stuff here. I guess I'll start off with my big thing, which are the 2 Pokemon games. You know, like I said, we've heard that they're Yellow remakes, that they're gonna have compatibility and functionality, which I don't know how that's gonna work, but all right, whatever. But that's probably the part I have the least amount. I have the least faith in, ultimately. Like I said, because they did say they were working on a mainline title, and I don't think remakes count as mainline titles.
No.
Like again, they do count as being part of their generation, but I don't think they count. Like, mainline titles are, the standard, games released each generation. Like your Diamond, your Pearl, and your Platinums are the mainline games.
Mm-hmm.
And then that generation, we also got 2 remakes, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So even though they're all part of the 4th generation, the mainline games are only, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. So the idea of, these being, new, mainline remakes, like I said, I don't have a lot of faith in that. It could wind up being that, all we know. So, I mean, I'll probably kick myself if it is true, because don't get me wrong, like, I loved playing Yellow back in the day.
Yeah, that was my first Pokemon.
I was gonna say I love playing Yellow, and obviously I love the Gen 3 remakes, with Fire Red, Leaf Green. And like, I wouldn't be above getting a, say, Sun and Moon-esque kind of look at Kanto. So it's one of those things where, like, I'd be on board, but also I'm like, this could have been something new. This could have been, a true Gen 8, but that remains to be seen whether or not that comes to be. I guess otherwise, Star Fox Lilac will, as much as I absolutely love the game, I do hope that this is something wholly new and isn't just a retread of, 64 with, some new gimmick thrown in. Because, in fairness, like I said, that's what, 64 3D was, with 3D and gyro control. That's essentially what Zero was with its god-awful control scheme. And as well as, its little, like, tower defense, minigame, but, that's neither here nor there. I would like something wholly original. Like, it seems like I'm one of the few people who actually enjoyed Star Fox Command. So, because it did take elements from, at the time, the unreleased Star Fox 2 and updated them. Yeah. And I legitimately, Star Fox 2 is out now with the,
SNES
Super Nintendo.
Classic.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo Classic. But, at the time, it was, only available as a mostly finished prototype online. Like, it's still fully playable. It's just, has, it's not really, fully polished. But I would like to see something wholly new, like something like that. Because, like I said, don't get me wrong, I love 64. I have it, for N64 as well as my 3DS. I love the game to death, but I could really go for something brand new. Yeah. As for Metroid Prime, again, Metroid Prime 4, Renegade. It's like, this time last year we didn't even know we'd be getting, Metroid Prime 4, so it's still exciting to see the series finally continue, but I guess we'll have to wait to see more of, maybe what they're doing new in the game, as well as possibly what the story is, etc. So, I'm looking forward to it. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more. F-Zero SX, hells yes. That's all I can really say. I played a bit of the original. I mostly got in because of X on the N64. I played a bit of GX, as well as actually I was able to find an AX cabinet actually in the real world, and I played it a little bit. Years back when I was on a vacation. But again, I would be totally up for it, like 100%. Oh, and like totes. I'm just Yoshi. Always looking forward to that. The Yoshi games have always been, kind of I don't want to say harmless fun, but
Kind of like how Kirby is.
Yeah, it's just kind of just fun platforming.
Yeah, mindless fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's usually some kind of unique visual style.
Yeah, they're harmless fluff, which is nothing wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like going back like Yoshi's Island, Yoshi's Woolly World, that kind of stuff. So the name has some unfortunate implications, but if it is going to be like a pop-up storybook, I could see the title working.
Yeah, especially fitting with NOA's cringe humor.
Yeah.
Have you seen their meme level of humor that they even fail at themselves?
Yes. Yep. Oh Lord, yeah.
God damn you, Reggie.
Okay, and I guess Smash. Because again, I know we've been hearing buzzes of a possible Melee port for the Switch, but apparently those rumors have kind of died off in the last couple months or so.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be like I said, because 6 months ago, there were rumors everywhere that we're getting a HD port of Melee for the Switch because Nintendo is really into that shit because they're not, but
Yeah.
and I also am of the mind that it's not going to be just a Switch port of Smash 4 or Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS. It's kind of a clunky name, but whatever. I don't think it'll be a port of that. I just think it'll just be a straight up new one, character rosters. You could do a whole episode in of that itself. So I'll just leave it at that. That I think it will be a brand new one, like Smash 5 or Smash whatever.
Which I'm hoping that he calls Smash 5 because Smash Bros.
Smash 5.
Stupid.
Well, I'm sure it'll have some kind of some kind of name or whatever.
Yeah, Smash 8. or in Japan, Wild Break Ice Mission.
I'll just call it. Since it worked so well for a prior franchise, Smash Bros. Sudden Impact.
Smash Bros. Revengeance.
Does anybody get the Wild Break reference?
Yeah.
Oh God.
That's,
Okay, I'm back.
Over. Hello.
I'm back, by the way. But anyway, continue.
Over in Japan, Fast and Furious is called Wild Break.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it gets even more ridiculous or ridiculous.
With each new one, yes.
Like how Rival Turf was called Rushing Beat in Japan.
And they're all related games, but in America, Jaleco USA was like, let's keep changing them so nobody knows they're actually sequels.
For raises.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And really, the only other thing that I'll touch on, I guess, is Fallout 3 Anniversary Edition. At first, when I heard about this, I was extremely skeptical. But in the week or two, I guess, since it's kind of settled in, I'm like, you know what? It could happen, like on the Switch. Because at first I was like, oh, there's no way that even though it is the 10th anniversary of Fallout 3, and I did enjoy Fallout 3, and I do play Fallout 4 actually now and again these days, but I at the time couldn't really see that happening. But like I said, since I've heard more and more about it, I'm like, you know what? I could see it. Just new stuff with all the DLC, and then maybe a couple new bits, maybe. But I could see it, yeah. But these supposed leaks, most of it I could see happening. The only one, like I said, I'm very skeptical of are the Pokemon games.
Yeah.
But again, they could turn out to be correct. So, that's just my 2 cents on the supposed leaks, though. So
Okay.
Okay. So I guess that just leaves me then, based on this first leak list. But anyway, my initial impressions based on like the intro trailer with third-party games, I do see them being somewhat legit. Excluding the ones that we do know that are coming for the Switch. But I'm just saying the ones like Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm actually positive that will come. But a game like FIFA 2019, that I'm very skeptical because of how anal EA was when handling FIFA 2018 on the Nintendo Switch, or was it 2017? It was one of those games, but they were being...
It was recent.
Yeah, the most recent, and they were being very anal and skeptical about how they were going to support the Nintendo Switch going forward, so I'm very, skeptical about this coming to the Switch. But NBA 2K19, I can definitely see that as a possibility as well. So out of all the games, the one I'm seeing is... somewhat unlikely on my end is FIFA 2019, but that's my take on that. Now, for Smash Brothers for Switch, we do know that invitational tournament is going to be there, and of course, I do believe that there is going to be a software demo. And for the trailer, I do believe we're going to get a good view of the amount of characters that they're going to have in the game, but there may be a few surprise characters that they may show that we haven't seen in a Smash game before. But when it comes to Smash Brothers for Switch, I hope that it's not just a copy and paste of the Wii U version, because the one thing that really killed my interest in the Wii U version was that it treated itself more for the esports crowd instead of having a casual mode as akin to like Melee's adventure mode as well as Brawl's Subspace Emissary, because I actually like those modes in those two games because that really kept my interest in Smash Brothers aside from being on the competitive scene. I really hope that Smash Brothers for Switch actually does have something that's akin to that for this version and not just be a copy and paste of what they did for the Wii U and 3DS build. Now, Punch-Out Become the Champion. I really hope that it does make a comeback, but I would like them to go beyond, or at least take inspiration from Super Punch-Out on the Super Nintendo, but have its mechanics more redefined or refined. Because even though I do like Super Punch-Out, I do feel it was a bit on the difficult side when it came to its execution and the controls and just the the AI itself. But hopefully it will be a bit more streamlined and a bit more evolved in its gameplay mechanics to make it a worthy sequel. Because even though I do like Punch-Out on the Wii, we got to admit it pretty much felt like a more refined version of the NES original. Even though it was updated for today's standards, of course, with the graphics and and everything. But when it comes to Punch-Out, be expected to hear a bunch of expected to see a bunch of racial propaganda coming out of that game, or just racial stereotyping coming from it, which we all know how Punch-Out loves to do that.
Oh yeah.
Metroid Prime Renegade. I definitely am very intrigued by the name alone. I mean, it's sad to see that the name Metroid Prime 4 won't do the next game justice, but unless this is the start of a clean slate with a new story, since they already finished up the story with the element of Phazon with the Metroid Prime trilogy originally, I'm very interested to see how they're going to pull this game off. If it's going to take place after Fusion, but then again, it's too early to judge. But I do have a strong belief that we will actually see the first trailer for the game at this year's E3.
Right.
Splatoon 2 Octo expansion software demo. Why? But trailer. Understandable. At least be new and not just just be recycled from the Nintendo Direct that we saw those few months ago. Fire Emblem Memories. I definitely do believe this is another game we will actually see, a new trailer, its debut trailer coming about.
Right.
I just hope that it actually is a step in the right direction and not in the same vein or evolved within the mechanics of what Fates introduced. Because, I mean, I like Fire Emblem Awakening and Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia more so than I did Fire Emblem Fates. But if they go in the same direction or evolve in the same direction as Fates did, then I'm going to be very disappointed. Fallout 3 Anniversary. I definitely see that being very possible coming to the Nintendo Switch, because Bethesda and Nintendo's relationship as of recent they've been on very good terms with each other, and I think that having a game like Fallout 3, which was far more receptive than Fallout 4 was by the gaming community, I definitely think this is a very good decision, both on their parts.
Definitely.
Yoshi's
Hopefully New Vegas can be next.
Oh, definitely. I would love to see that come in there as well. Yoshi's Flipping Island. I love the name of the game if they're going by this, but I did like what I saw last year, but hopefully there's a lot more than what we just saw last year. Hopefully they're not going in the same direction with what they did for Yoshi's Woolly World, where we saw the first glimpse of it at E3 2014, but it pretty much became the same type of thing that we saw the year after that.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's more substance into this next showing. Hopefully it's just not a copy and repeat like with what they did with Yoshi's Woolly World. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Really hope this is just a spin-off or just a side game and not the true core mainline next installment, because when the president of Game Freak, when he was on last year, he said that they were working on a new core Pokemon title. We all agreed that that was the announcement, that they would possibly be working on the 8th gen Pokemon. So hopefully what it is for 8th gen Pokemon coming on the Switch, hopefully that's what we get, and not this being the next mainline game for the Pokemon franchise, because that's going to disappoint a lot of people who are looking forward to, 8th gen after 7th gen with Sun and Moon. And for them going into Kanto, it's like, really?
Again.
Really? I mean, but if it was a remake of Diamond and Pearl, then at least that would make more sense.
Oh my God, that's what
but
a lot of people are asking for. Yeah.
Kento again, then how many times have we gone to Kento?
Well, heck, starting with Gen 2.
Jesus, man.
Gen 2, we had Gold to Silver going back to Kanto. Then you had the Gen 3 remakes.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had the Gen 4 remakes of Gen 2, which had you go back to Kanto. So you've been to Kanto a couple times.
I mean, I understand that you like to retrace back to that region because it's the most popular, but it's not everybody's favorite.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, most people, I think Gen 4 Sinnoh is everybody's favorite.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure they would rather love to see May again than having to retread back to the character Red and Blue from Pokemon Red and Blue.
Exactly.
That's Gen 3. Yep.
Like, that's the problem with me. It's just like, this is just nostalgia baiting. So it's like how they try to do with Go. You know what I mean?
Oh, wait a minute. That's Gen 3. Who? What was the name of the female in Gen 4? That was
Dawn.
Dawn. Yeah, Dawn. That's what it is. Anyway, next up. Yeah. Next up, F-Zero SX. If this turns out to be true, then finally, it is good to get another F-Zero game. But for Platinum Games working on the game, I could see it being a dichotomy.
Mm-hmm.
Because on one end, I definitely would love to see them, try to tackle on a full-on racing game themselves. But on the other side of the coin, though, if this is going in the same direction with what Miyamoto did with Star Fox Zero, with how he was helping out Platinum Games, or how he was forcing Platinum Games to help him work on it to incorporate his own ideas, then yeah, be expected to see a lot of people turn their heads when they see his involvement taking a bound in this, me included. Because if that's the case, then a lot of people who are looking forward to wanting to see a new F-Zero game are just going to be like, nope, just keep that shit away from me. But if it's just a teaser trailer, then at least get us very excited. Don't just say that, hey, we're working on a new F-Zero. It's like, excite us. Get us very interested. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Fortnite. As I agree with you all. It's definitely a strong possibility that it is going to come to the Switch, since it's pretty much out on every other system you can imagine. But Star Fox Lilac system.
Metal said even mobile, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's also on mobile.
Version,
Yeah.
It might as well be on Switch. I mean,
and Star Fox Lilac system, interesting idea,
that's
but
the one.
I really hope it's not another racing game. If anything, seeing how Retro Studios has worked on, the Donkey Kong IP as of recent, why not ask them to do another Diddy Kong racing? If anything. And I'm just being sarcastic right there, but, but if it comes to Star Fox, just give us the true sequel to Star Fox 64, or at least Star Fox Assault that we want to see, but more the way how it was supposed to be.
Well, that's true. Stop remaking one again.
Yeah, because as the nostalgic gamer said, it's just Star Fox in this day and age. It just seems now, instead of improving upon its foundations with every installment, it's just now become a victim of the company pushing for gimmicks and never wanting to leave good enough alone, and that's not a good sign.
Hey, Flame.
Hey there, Flame. But hopefully, Star Fox, what if the game that Retro Studios is working on? Hopefully, it's something good and not just what we've heard about based on rumors.
Kyle, you brought up something funny that I think you hit right. I think you hit the nail right on its head, because it's not only a problem with Star Fox, it's also a problem with Pokemon too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Keep remaking the first game.
Always try to stick in that comfort zone for nostalgic players, not for the newer players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got a point.
But anyway, that's all with my 2 cents. Now, there was another rumor that I wanted to briefly mention upon, but this is based on what I found from IGN that they found courtesy of 4chan. Now, again, take this with a grain of salt, but I'll read it off really quick and then get our quick...
Correction, what's the IGN forums, not IGN itself?
What?
Wasn't it the forums of IGN, not the actual site itself?
Yeah, it was just the forums that they managed to post it on.
Clarification is important just to,
Yeah, it's just on the forums that they managed to get from 4chan, this rumor. Now, again, of course, when it comes to 4chan, take everything with a huge amount of grain of salt.
Wait, was it? Because I see GameFAQs.
Well, GameFAQs, they actually posted on there, but they actually got the leak from 4chan themselves.
Okay, no, that's what I'm just asking. Continue, Kyle.
Yeah, okay. So I'll run this off really quick. And now some of the stuff that we actually did, or one of the things that we actually do know about is on here, but we'll actually list off what all this rumor is coming about. Now, some of that is retracing, but not a lot. But a lot of everything else is seems like it's brand new. But like I said, I'll run it off really quick. So let's go off real quick, go off the list here, and then we'll give our quick thoughts on it. Okay, now here's what this rumor has to say about Nintendo's E3 presentation this year. And there's some bulleted points, and let me go off them real quick. First one, Nintendo's releasing details about their online service on May 7th, which we already did get confirmation on, about the information on their online service. So that was pretty much a given when this rumor came about. They said that the service is expected to go live on September 24th. And the Surface, it offers dedicated voice chat through an existing chat service, and it seems that Discord is being the most popular choice, and there are exclusive eShop discounts and a Games with Gold PlayStation Plus-like service where retro games are given to people every month and are allowed to keep the games as long as they have the service. Next point, Nintendo is ditching the Virtual Console brand and replacing it with Nintendo Classics. Games offered through this are much cheaper than they were before, and is going to launch with NES and GBA games in August, with SNES and N64 games being made available late 2018, early 2019. Nintendo E3 presentation is currently 36 minutes long and focuses only on Switch titles, with Treehouse being used to announce and show 3DS titles. The first reveal is of the Spyro trilogy coming to Switch, though there's a reason they've been waiting to reveal it. Now, the Fire Emblem game, based on this leak, they're saying that the title, they're going by Lustrous Daybreak and coming holiday this year, but who knows if that's going to be the actual game or not. Yoshi is the next game that they're showing. Instead of being called Flipping Island, they dub it as Flipped Around, and features the same amiibo functionality as Woolly World, and releases in August. This new rumor is actually very interesting. New Paper Mario game is next, and it is not being developed by Intelligent Systems. It goes back to the traditional partner-style gameplay, but still heavily features the character limitations imposed for Sticker Star and Color Splash, coming in 2019. Mario Odyssey DLC is next. Luigi is being released that day as a playable character and adds 70 unique moons to the game. Wario and Waluigi are also being made playable characters with 70 moons each as well. No tentative release date on the other two characters, but they are being made playable at the show floor. Activision makes some announcements. Crash Bandicoot Amiibo is being made that adds harder time trials to the Insane trilogy, and is teased to have some kind of functionality with Spyro trilogy. Black Ops 4 Battle Royale, even though it was announced that Black Ops 4 wasn't coming to the Switch itself, but they're saying that the Battle Royale is coming to the Switch with cross-play with the PC and Xbox version, but the regular Black Ops 4 is not coming to the system altogether. Sega reveals their Sega Ages line for the West, and two of the games they're releasing under it
That we know about.
Yeah, that we already know about, and the first that they're actually releasing are the first two Sonic Adventure games. The Sonic Racing game is revealed, and they're calling it Super Sonic Racing, and it takes inspiration from Sonic R, with some characters like Sonic running on their own, while characters like Tails use vehicles. Some kind of Nintendo-exclusive content is teased for the game as well. Next is Metroid Prime 4 with a gameplay trailer coming in 2019. Pokemon for Switch is revealed, but it pretty much is kind of the same thing with what the first rumor was going by. It's a new take on Red and Blue and features graphics that are midway between Sun and Moon and Pokken. Five Nights at Freddy's is coming to the Switch, though reports are coming in that content may have to be censored on Scott Cawthorn's end, not enforced by Nintendo, coming out in the fall. Two trailers for Smash Bros. For Switch are the last things. One reveals Captain Toad, the other reveals Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. This is why they've been quiet about the Switch version of the trilogy. Gameplay is shown and is a mix of Smash 4 and Melee, being very colorful yet detailed, coming out September alongside with the online service. And last but not least, Ice Climbers are set to be revealed during the Treehouse Live. Now, those are all the rumors based on what I got on here. But again, like I said, we had to take it with a grain of salt. But let's get our quick thoughts on this before we go into our own predictions.
Not to be rude, Kyle, and you did see it said it was confirmed fake, right?
Well, I know. I saw that, but I'm just...
So... Never mind. Continue.
But anyway, even if it was confirmed fake, I just found it very interesting based on what they had to say on there. But as always, I definitely would love to get your guys, quick 2 cents, if this were to turn out to be true, regardless.
I'll say it quick. I don't believe it to be true if it was confirmed fake, and honestly, I believe this is fake as all hell, because one, even though it was true that said November 7th and it would turn out to be true, the thing that was I'm not even joking. The big alert for me to say that this was fake, Nintendo using Discord for their existing chat service.
Mm-hmm.
That's BS, because they're so arrogant like Sony that damn well they would never do that. They would just rather use their own,
proprietary, yeah.
2, we already know this is fake and kind of a waste, because it says right there, eShop discounts, true, okay, that's true. Service, Games of Gold and PlayStation Plus like service, that's BS, because they're going for a Netflix style, and it's only NES games for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
So this is complete. This is complete false, and I'm not being rude, but I feel like it was a waste of time covering this if this is fake, which says it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the one we just talked about feels more realistic, if you get what I'm saying, Kyle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I understand that. I mean, I didn't mean to bring it up, but I just thought it was interesting. I just thought it was...
No, I didn't know myself because I thought it was another. I didn't even see it was said confirmed fake because I would have brought it up sooner, dude.
Mm-hmm.
See it at the time.
I know. And I even said this before. Take it with a large grain of salt. Because
I'm looking at the actual online service from Nintendo's site.
Mm-hmm.
I like their prices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Way better than. But what do you get with that?
Yeah.
How do I purchase? Which games require Nintendo Switch Online to access play? You'll need it to play Splatoon, ARMS, Mario Kart, Mario Tennis.
Yeah.
Online app, data cloud backup, and only NES games. Huh. Yeah, I guess $20 is right, because dang,
It is.
I was hoping that you'd get at least SNES games too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
But I want to clarify as well on their chat services. Like, I don't see it. That just doesn't mean I don't see a partnership between Nintendo and Discord not happening. I do see that, but you know
I
damn
can see
well
it
that Nintendo is not going to release a Discord app on their
No.
platform.
No.
When
what
they
I
already
can see
have
them
something.
doing is, like you said, partnering with them to make
Like,
Discord,
powered by
make
Discord
them
with your service.
exactly,
Yes, I
exactly powered by, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still their app.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
LPH said,
It fake like the PS5 news. Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
speaking of, if we already went down to listen, is there any other rumors?
Nope,
There's something
that's it.
I
So,
want to do.
yeah, and as I said, I just
is,
wanted to just run this by really quick because I knew, I not necessarily knew, but I just wanted to get your guys' take on
Did Metal leave?
If you know,
Yeah. I mean, probably you know what Lost Connection. Either which one.
Hoping he could plug. But actually, before that, I wanted to ask the chat, since there's actually a couple people in the chat, in the Twitch chat. What do you guys think, real quick? Go ahead, we'll read them. I mean, we already are reading your thoughts, so.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think it's real and about that leaked list, and what do you think will happen that wasn't mentioned but could still happen? By the way, LPH said, and yet I was going to pay $250 this year.
Yeah. No, while waiting for the reactions, I knew this was complete BS too by what they said about the Five Nights at Freddy's thing coming to Switch, but through the creators' end that it's being censored and not enforced by Nintendo.
Yeah.
Why would a game trilogy like that be censored when they've been more lax than prior generations?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, welcome back, Metal.
Oh, welcome back.
We're wrapping up anyway, so I'm waiting for if there's anybody in the chat saying anything.
Yeah.
I guess we might as well go ahead and give our quick predictions before we log off.
Like any of that's just our, like we did with Sony, just the ones we think get at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I go first?
Yeah, you can
Go
go
ahead.
first.
Super Mario RPG remake. So everyone loves remakes. They would.
Oh,
I'm not saying they should, but they would. Also you know what? Yakuza might come to the Switch. Maybe not 6, but a Yakuza game.
You know what?
I mean, 1 and 2 was on Wii U.
I'm like you too, dude, because I want to see the franchise expand and go on.
Beyond PlayStation, yeah.
It's never going to happen because the creator feels obligated because to Sony, because I read it on Reddit/PS4 that they were the only publisher that gave a damn about the franchise years ago. So
no.
loyalty,
yeah.
which is
LPH said for himself, he just first prediction. I just want Crash and Spyro for Smash.
Hey, it makes
I
more sense.
wonder how Spyro. I can see Crash. I do think Spyro can work. I just wonder how he'd work.
Yeah.
Because
But again, better choices than Goku.
And Goku's face will be there first thing on Nintendo's E3 trailer, and see if I can think of a crazy one. Oh yeah, Mother 3 and 3D and everything.
Oh
I love how
man.
you laughed. Like
You're gonna love mine.
well, I'm done. Go ahead, Jeff.
Here's my crazy one. Super Smash Bros. Melee HD.
It's a port after all.
I'm sorry, you motherfuckers are forgetting that game. I'm sorry. I try to keep it real, but no. And regards to something that I really want to see, you learned to take the words right out of my mouth. Super Mario RPG 2 would be a great one, but a crazy one I'd love to see Nintendo. If Sony could get Bloody Roar, which I see realistic because let's be blunt, Konami's not gonna do crap.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh
If
yeah.
Microsoft already has Killer Instinct, yo, Nintendo, you want to get more into fighters? I'm just suggesting, make a partnership with Capcom, revive Darkstalkers. Just saying, Darkstalkers 4 exclusive for Switch.
I saw that coming, but yeah.
Because I see the partnership doing better than what happened between Capcom and Sony with Street Fighter. I'm just saying. Even though I do feel bad for Sony more so than Capcom, because let's be blunt. Capcom conned Sony. Let's be blunt. Let's be realistic.
Really,
Sony-
LPH? Really? You want that asshole in
Thanos.
Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
Thanos for Smash.
See, when you say a-hole, I thought you were talking about Deadpool for Smash.
You know he's gonna have the Infinity Gauntlet and snap his fingers to make his opponents disappear, right?
Oh God.
He'd be
God,
completely
Mario,
broken.
Mario, I don't feel good.
Yeah. But yeah, like
Negative Zen said Thanos for everything, and Flame Chocobo said, "How about Dice Kiss for the Switch?" Go ahead.
but yeah, like realist, like a Hail Mary thing I like to see happen at this event is Darkstalkers 4 exclusive for Switch. Because we not only need more fighters on Switch, we need to see more fighters aplenty on other platforms too.
Yeah.
Because if we live in an era and age where games like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Injustice, all these games are beloved and well received, then why are we seeing a bigger boom? You know what I mean? And you can't tell me it's because of esports, because it's a lot more to do with just esports.
No. Definitely not.
And I can tell you one thing: it ain't esports that's the problem. It's the damn community itself.
Mike Ross has an effigy of esports burning in his backyard at all times.
And let me rephrase that. When I mean the community, I ain't talking about the good people over r/Kappa. You know, say what you will about Kappa, but they actually are the actual fans of the FGC. Where, let's be blunt, there are actual shields in the community. You want proof? Go look at r/Fighters or r/Street
Oh
Fighter.
God,
I remember
LPH,
that.
do not bring up that game, LPH. Ugh.
You know what? You know what? If they give it to the right developer, it could work. I'm just saying that.
Oh God, one of the worst games in the 6th generation of gaming. Why did it have to
It's a lot
exist?
worse than that generation besides that game.
It was a steaming.
It was a Steam. There were bigger steaming power crafts that generation.
We're not talking about it.
Yeah, we never talk about
Nope.
ever.
I mean,
See,
maybe
that's terrifying.
Negative Zen. I remember that game and destroying my friends in it.
So see, he has good memories of that game. So how can it be trash?
I mean, if I was to throw a random one, makes sense more for Sony or Xbox. I would Def Jam.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's a franchise that needs a revival too.
Def Jam, switch it up.
Hey, that works.
Whoa! Method Man with a Switch, that sells itself, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a commercial right there.
And
No, Exhibit. Yo, I heard you like fighters, so I put fighters on your Switch. Marking right there.
And have Shaquille O'Neal as a playable character to do a cross promotion for Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn.
Magneto was amazing, that game.
Master of Magnet.
But go ahead,
He
Jeff.
did nothing wrong.
You had any more, Jeff?
No. How about you?
I guess metal.
Yeah, Metal.
Now that I'm, back from the dead.
Oh
NBA
man.
Street 2 was yes, LPH. NBA Street, bring that back too.
Yes.
Oh god, there's there's so many things Nintendo could like remake or bring back or
Uh-huh.
poop out. For lack of a better term, but I'm just trying to think of like some games that I like. One of them was I was thinking of that I really enjoyed back in the day was Mario Hoops 3-on-3.
Oh
Which
yeah, for the DS,
which was
right?
for the DS, which is actually developed by Square Enix.
I know.
Because you could play as like a black mage or a cacturn or you know.
And of course, there was the
Crazy shit.
sequel, Mario Sports Mix on the Wii.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, like that's
I
an
never had a
idea.
chance to. So, actually, how was it? Because I never had a chance to play that game.
It's average. I mean, it's all right. It's nothing
It's about what
groundbreaking.
you'd expect. What you'd expect for a Mario sports game.
Yeah, arcadey experience.
Arcadey with Mario characters, and in that case, a couple of Final Fantasy characters.
Mm-hmm.
But like there's that. I know they have a new Mario Tennis game coming out, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me, if we got a new Mario Golf too, because that's kind of the other mainstay Mario sports ones. Obviously kart, golf, and tennis. So
Right.
would surprise me if they announced or showed off something involving a new Mario Golf.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I've been playing them since the beginning. Though my all-time favorite was the one for the Game Boy Color.
Oh yeah.
Since it had it was like those like battle golfer games from Japan where it had like an RPG system in it, and it's just insane. I mean, yeah, there was like a Game Boy Advance sequel for it, and et cetera, et cetera. But like a new Mario Golf, I wouldn't mind. Like I'm just racking my brain here. They could always, bring back some of the other older ones. Like they could bring back Custom Robo.
Yes.
LPH said and a good Mario Party.
Yes.
A good Mario Party would always be welcome because.
Well, there's another one too.
13.
Good Mario RPG, Paper Mario.
Well, yeah, new Paper Mario, obviously, or like Jeff said, a more direct like Super Mario RPG.
Mm-hmm.
Just one that's along the similar lines, but obviously, in the modern style. Because I know there's the whole things of of re-releasing it and such because of Mallow and Jenna and Gino. So how they're technically Square Enix characters, but
Yeah.
like I said, like one that's along the same lines, but is like I'm stumbling on myself here. I apologize, but
Hey, it's cool.
basically a turn-based RPG like Mario game. Let's just leave it at that. You can call it Super Mario RPG 2 or etc. Whatever, but one kind of obviously with modern graphics, maybe a few other mechanics, but also still turn-based. So just like the good old days. As I scratch my head here, it would not surprise me if they announced an Animal Crossing for the Switch either. So
I can't believe I forgot about that.
Yeah.
because Animal Crossing has become one of Nintendo's kind of big franchises just because of its like wide appeal.
Yep.
And pretty much anybody can play it. It's kind of the reason why things like Stardew Valley or Harvest Moon, are popular because it's, just you taking it easy, doing stuff for your town, meeting the villagers, mundane tasks, etc. So it would not surprise me because I know there was a game for the 3DS that involved the amiibo cards,
Mm,
but that was Happy.
It was New Leaf plus Amiibo or whatever.
Well, Leaf was an actual like full-on game, but then there was stuff like what was it, Happy Home
Oh,
Design.
that Happy Home Designer or whatever it was.
Then there was one that used the amiibo cards. It was almost like a almost like kind of like Mario Party with like mini games, but it used those
Amiibo Festival.
cards. Amiibo Festival, that's what it was. Thank you. Yeah, but those are like spin-offs though. Like I'm talking, full bore Animal Crossing for the Switch. Because especially because of the portable nature of the game, it would be just hella easy to go over to somebody else's town. So, and actually maybe play with them in their town, kind of like what you could do for like the mobile versions, like what was the DS one called again? Oh, Wide World.
Mm-hmm.
Wild World. Okay, that's right. Like with Wild World or New Leaf, maybe up to like four people in like one town, and you could do like all kinds of crazy like mini games or objectives or like who really knows? God only knows. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And again, like I guess you could say this is a like kind of a Hail Mary. I almost said Holy Mary pass. Hail Mary pass.
Football. Watch it.
Football.
Football.
Yeah. But it kind of takes me back.
Football? It's not a
game
football.
That's a baseball!
A game I would absolutely love a modern, like significantly updated take on would probably be Pilot Wings.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I really enjoyed it for the N64. Just you got your various little missions, but then you could also just bugger around and just tour around like the little island, or like my favorite was obviously like Little States, because a condensed theme park version of the U.S. essentially with like a bunch of like little hidden things and everything. And I would absolutely love like a next gen version with like bigger maps, as well as just like fun little like dicking around things.
Chocobo
Like,
said John Madden. We were talking about
John Madden.
Boom! He's on his back.
Football is a sport. Go Packers.
Because I know, Pilot Wings Resort was very underwhelming for the 3DS.
Oh yeah.
But I know that was more tied into like the, I guess you can say the
Wii
game.
Sports or the Wii games, yeah.
Like Wii Sports Resorts.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of that stuff. It was more tied into that as opposed to being its own thing, which is why I was thinking like of it being more like a follow-up to Pilot Wings 64, since they had their own established characters, as well as like the like 4 different locales that you could just explore around, like going through like the hidden caves on Everest Island, or like all the little little things you could find in Little States, like crashing into Mario's nose to turn him into Wario on Mount Rushmore.
That's right. Yeah.
Or like the hidden war, like it's just stuff like that I would just absolutely love. And really, other than that, like I can't really think of too many Hail Marys, because most of the other ones I would say are part of the supposed leaks. So that's about it for me.
All right, Double R, take us home with your prediction. You're
All right.
crazy.
Okay. My crazy predictions. You know how a lot of people say they want Final Fantasy 14 A Realm Reborn and Final Fantasy 15 on the Nintendo Switch?
Mm-hmm.
Or the possibilities of them coming to the Switch? Well, I say, screw that, because Square Enix is going to make you start all the way at the beginning with the Final Fantasy HD games, and we're going to start with Final Hallway 13 coming to the Nintendo Switch instead.
Trolled.
Troll.
You know what the funny thing is, Kyle?
What?
There are actual people that want to see the 13 come to. So you're not. It's not a far-fetched idea, to be honest.
Come to the what?
Oh God, yeah.
The 13 trilogy come to modern consoles.
Oh,
like
yeah.
in like a collection kind of thing.
Mhm.
Like the 313 games. So.
Oh, yeah.
LPH said
Square Penix.
LPH said, and a Nintendo Star Wars game. Do you want a Nintendo Star Wars game?
If they brought back Factor 5, then I would definitely love to see that be a possibility.
Which,
That's a big
yeah, which is unlikely because I get the feeling like EA's very gun shy about the Star Wars license at the moment because of obvious reasons. I mean, just looking at the reveal thing for Battlefield 5, they explicitly said, "Yeah, we learned from our mistakes. Yeah, no DLC ever. Woo!"
Which
no
is
loot
good.
boxes.
For a studio to learn from their mistakes, but
Well, yeah, like
it's obvious that they should have learned day one before the game.
Oh yeah, like no DLC, no premium pass, no loot boxes, etc. But I think EA is kind of gun shy after the shitstorm that was Battlefront 2, or their version of Battlefront 2, not the good version of Battlefront 2 that was made back in 2005. But,
Here's another crazy prediction.
Nintendo FF6 remakes.
Oh, stop, LPH. You're hitting me in the feels, man. But
or
here's
better
another...
yet, Final Fantasy 16.
Final Fantasy 16 coming to the Nintendo Switch, and it's Nintendo Switch exclusive.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun! But
Good joke.
anyway, another crazy prediction. You know how Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle is pretty much Blaze Blue meets Persona 4 Arena, as well as Ruby and the other franchise that's being worked on in that game?
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? Dead or Alive's coming back, but it's not the 6th installment. It's actually a crossover game of their own. They're calling it Dead or Alive Cross Tag Battle, and it's a cross between Dead or Alive female characters as well as the characters from Senran Kagura.
That actually makes so
I
much
can actually
sense.
now working. Holy crap!
Shit.
Koei Tecmo,
crap.
why aren't you working on that?
I want that now. God damn it! Oh,
You cowards, Koei. You pull out of the game
Oh
now.
god, and why does that remind me of one I forgot, which was a Newson in Punishment?
yeah.
Sorry, that one completely...
That's a good one, Double
blanked
R.
out of
Shoot,
my
that
mind,
actually
though.
makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Double R, you
It kind of does.
You came up with some good predictions from Nintendo and regards to stuff out. It's a good one, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It works. It works.
Here's another crazy prediction. Goemon comes back in a new reboot, but again, it's Konami. They're gonna troll us. Again.
Yeah.
And say, you want Goemon? Well, screw you.
Oh,
But,
god, yeah.
oh, and by the way, hey, Nintendo, if you want to promote the 3DS for kids, then here's what you do. You give those good games that are coming onto the 3DS, actually put them on the Switch, and actually give the kids on the 3DS games that they really want. You know what those games that they really want? They want a modern remake of the Mario edutainment games.
Oh god!
Why?
Mario is missing.
Why are you
Mario's
playing
Time
that?
Machine. Mario early years, preschool fun with numbers and fun with letters. It's the best of both worlds for kids and the Nintendo 3DS.
Why?
Oh,
Why are you
and-
recommending that? I can see Nintendo doing that, Kyle.
And don't forget Mario's Game Gallery.
Oh,
Yes.
alright, LPA.
You know,
See,
with
thanks for
checkers
joining.
and backgammon.
And
the first-
Mario,
by the way, LPA,
Mario teaches typing 1 and 2.
Mario teeth. Damn
Next
straight.
week
Later,
we have our final predictions.
Oh god, Mario. Find the cow. Moo.
Or actually, if you want to do another edutainment game, Nintendo, then have Mario team up with Sonic the Hedgehog and do a crossover edutainment game of their own. Because Sonic had an edutainment game, so they should both come together and make one of their own.
Oh god, Sonic
That was more
Schoolhouse.
and that was more of an Eldritch Nightmare on its own.
It was. Oh god. Hey, don't forget Hotel Mario HD.
Oh, we don't count that.
Oh. Or
Make it-
Zelda CDI HD.
Yeah, we never count those.
Luigi's Mansion cross.
Ghostbusters.
Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that would work.
Yes.
I was trying to think of something that sounded dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Jeff knew. Jeff knows me. So
Star Fox cross Star Wars.
that
Again,
too makes kind of
makes
sense.
X-Wings versus
I mean-
Star Wings.
The Star Fox could be just in Star Wars universe. Could just be hand waved away as just being aliens, you know? Like, oh, these are the Star Foxians.
Oh, guess what?
These are
And
these are the the Yiffians.
The Yiffians. Ooh. And guess what?
Jared,
Tenchi-
why?
And of course, Tenchu's also coming back. But guess what? It's a Nintendo Switch exclusive. Like console exclusive wise, Tenchu 4 was on the Nintendo Wii. So Tenchu 5 is coming to the Switch.
I'd have to if that was true.
Shadows don't die twice.
Oh, crap,
Shadows actually die thrice as they live in a van down by the river.
By the river.
Down by the river.
Oh boy.
Flame Chocobo said that one Sonic Edutainment game made on the Master System by Tiertex.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
But Nintendo's big project yet, and it's another collaboration with Sega, and it's on the Nintendo Switch. Mario Adventure, the next 3D sandbox Mario game, but co-starring Big the Cat.
I think we're done.
Well, actually, my dinner's getting cold.
And the theme song, It's a windy and sunny day.
I was actually gonna.
But other than that, that's all of my crazy predictions, so I'm done right there. And yeah, it is getting kind of late, so we do need to wrap up. But this was a lot of fun today.
Oh yeah. I hope next week will be. Oh yeah, next week I come back.
Mm-hmm.
But Metal, you're our guest, so plug Hero Club and yourself.
Indeed. Check out hero-club.com. We post up some excellent news regarding heroes, as well as those men in rubber spandex, which I just merged two things in my head and didn't realize it. Men in spandex suits and rubber suits. As well as various other things like Marvel, DC, etc. Woo. And follow Hero Club on Twitter at Hero Club for Life, as well as our Twitch at Hero Club for Life. Surprise, surprise. And me personally, follow me on YouTube at Metal Ninja Dojo and Metal Ninja Reviews on Twitter at Metal Ninja Zero.
All right.
All right.
And who's next?
Jerry, you want to go next?
Yeah. I mean, yes. Go to Twitter, twitter.com/fightercows. Finally, I changed it. Go to twitch.tv/fightercows for intermittent streams, and
My mic.
tapas.io, that's tapas.io, and search for New Courage, just like I think, or mixtape, and check out my webcomics if you want, because that helps me get some much needed money. And actually, I haven't gotten a check from them yet because I still need to reach $25, and they say I only reached 13.
Huh.
Well,
So
you're
still need
only you're halfway there, man.
Well, you know, and the thing is I got a bunch of ad views, but no ad revenue yet.
Ah.
I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to email them about that. But still, checking it out, subscribing, that helps. Twitter, webcomics, Twitch, Facebook is Fighter Cows as well. Instagram also Fighter Cows. I try to make myself easy to find. The only place I still use Ikari Radio is my Tumblr, which I don't use much, so it's not even worth going there anyway.
Right.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That's me.
All right, Jeff, your turn.
My end, you can follow me on Jeff and on Twitch on twitch.tv/600Jeff. Tuesdays going forward, I'm putting my Deus Ex 4 stream on ice until I get an Xbox One. Till then, I'm streaming Resident Evil 5, 6, and 7 respectively for the next couple of Tuesday streams. I look forward to that. And on Saturdays, I stream as well too. Not only the game I've been currently doing on my solo stream at 7, but a couple hours prior, over on the Geek Fighters Twitch channel, I'll be streaming DMC Devil May Cry at 5 p.m. EST tomorrow. So that. And thank you for the new followers I got in this last couple days. Thank you very much. I'm glad to get more because I'm this close. I just need 10 more to become to become an affiliate on Twitch. So looks like next month's gonna be realistic for me in regards to that and regarding my career on Twitch. So that's good. But yeah, that's it. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter, respectfully saying 60-bit Jeff.
Okay. You can follow me on Twitch as well. My Twitch page is twitch.tv/RPGreviews. I'm going to be taking a break from live streaming this weekend because of Memorial Day weekend. That's happening this weekend. But I will be on for the Geek Fighters stream for DMC Devil May Cry tomorrow afternoon. So be on the lookout for that. But if I do decide to stream, then I'll probably do a stream on Bloodstained Curse of the Moon that came out on the Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and Steam through the digital platforms. But, if I decide to do that. But, yeah, be on the lookout for that if I decide to do that. But also, you can follow me on youtube.com/RPGreviews for other content that I do on there, where I do reviews, retrospectives. I archive my own live streams that I do from Twitch onto YouTube, and also the side quest videos that are news stories in relation to role-playing games, either West or Eastern or Japanese role-playing games. I give my own 2 cents on those, and I've been on the hiatus on that for a while, but do need to make a comeback on it at some point. And also be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter, facebook.com/RPGreviews and twitter.com/RPGreviews. Or my handle is @RPGreviews, and I post on both those social media sites at the same time since they are connected. So whichever one you go to the most, you will definitely get whatever hearsay I have to say from both those sites at the same time. But anyway, guys, had a lot of fun today, and I'm definitely looking forward to tomorrow. So... Jerry, why don't you do the honors and sign us off like you usually do, man?
How do I usually do? All right, so check out everything we just said. I've been Fighter Cows. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week, same time, Friday, for our final Road to E3, which is third parties. And also, we'll see you tomorrow for our continuation of Devil May Cry, DMC, Ninja Theory version. Yes, that one. Yeah. That's 16-bit Jeff, that's Double RPG, and that's Metal Ninja from Hero Club. Check out Hero Club streams, like he said. Done, thank you. 2 words for me to say are Ninyo, Kanyo.
Peace out, everybody.
See you guys tomorrow.